you come from a medical background. Your dad was a cardiologist. We've had your brother Sanjay on a Wellness Wednesday because he's also a doctor. You're a medically trained doctor. How do you take the science, because we're in a scientific space right now where we have to rely on science to get through this. And how did you get to this metaphysical space from your very logical scientific background?
Well, science is amazingly effective in understanding facts, dealing with them. And right now, with this COVID-19, because of mathematical models that come from science, we are able to actually predict the course of this pandemic and also create timelines and take precautions. If you do it right, science is our ally right now more than anything else. So that's very important, the scientific approach to this acute crisis. But there's a long-term approach, which is equally important. How do we enhance self-regulation and self-healing, which is also called homeostasis in biology? That's the first lesson you learn when you go to medical school. Homeostasis is self-regulation. The body has feedback loops in order to regulate itself. And left alone, it's doing that all the time. Only 5% of disease-related gene mutations are fully penetrant, which means they guarantee the disease. And for that, we'll have even better science in the coming future, including gene editing and gene splicing and all kinds of amazingly new technologies to actually create intelligent chemicals that simulate the body's response. What I'm talking about, though, is how do you maximize your ability to stay well so that even if you have the infection, you don't get sick or you don't get that sick or you don't die. And for that, I'm saying only one thing you need to focus on, decreasing inflammation in your body and your mind. So you decrease inflammation in your mind through what we call divine emotions: love, compassion, joy, equanimity, and love in action. And you decrease inflammation in your body by good sleep, mindfulness, maybe yoga, breathing techniques, exercise, a healthy diet, and some connection with nature, if you can have. But right now, you can also listen to music. You can read poetry. You can educate yourself. You can watch shows. You can go to Netflix and watch Candid Camera and get a good laugh. And if you do that, you'll help your immune system.
All right. So you just gave us a peek into your window. Candid Camera is where he goes to watch something that is fun and funny.
I do. And it's a great thing to be able to laugh. And it also tells you that life is a paradox. Life is contradiction. Life is ambiguity, and it's unpredictable. You can't take it for granted. You should never take it for granted.
How did you get here, though, is my question. Like, you're on one path. You're going in this one direction, and a lot of it might have been, the pressures put on you by your dad, maybe. To find, in the book that I gave my students was Seven Laws. Spiritual Laws.
Yeah.
Yes. Because I wanted to foundationally prepare them, and that the laws to success had everything to do with them, their spirit. How does one go there?
Well, it's a complex thing. I got here because of my background in medicine. I wanted to heal people and help people. It doesn't matter if it's through pharmaceuticals or other ways, and a combination of ways. So that's how I got here. But I think anybody can get there if they take time to ask the 12 questions I was telling you about. Also, by the way, before I go to sleep at night, I ask myself a lot of questions. And then when I wake up in the morning, I don't get out of bed till I get a download of the answers to the questions I asked the night before. And
what did you ask
that's how I write my books.
What did you ask yourself last night before you went to bed?
What am I going to talk about with Professor Hunter? No, I'm kidding.
I know that wasn't one of the questions that you asked yourself.
No,
last
night I asked myself, are we really multidimensional beings? Do we live in space-time and the theater of space-time and causality, or are we actually performing a show here? And this morning I had a download, and it's on Facebook Live.